Hello folks, we are back with, once again, this ZVT that we have been seeing a lot in the past few days. It's the green Zerg Timbo Slice. And the red Terran bbreed. Now historically bbreed has gotten the better of Timbo, but the last time they met, Timbo did win the series 3-2, so perhaps a changing of the guard, a shift in the, I don't know, skills? As the SCV and drone having a duel, but the second SCV comes and does get the drone, and that is a huge deal at this stage of the game. I would consider this a GG already. Timbo should tap out and move on, because this is such a significant deficit. There is no point in continuing to play, but Timbo sticking in there, prolonging the inevitable. As we all can see, he lost that drone. It is all over. Look at that. That is just way too big of a lead for bbreed right now. What's Timbo doing? He's mining off of 2 drones from this gas. So we saw this the other day. I still don't know if it's intentional. When this pool finishes, he won't have enough gas for speed, but he will be able to start his queen right away. And he is throwing down a quick third at the gold. So, I'm not sure if that's intentional, but he does pull off once he hits 100 gas and delaying his speed even further. But the Reaper is already here, and Timbo's not going to have any lings. Queen not quite done yet either. The Reaper's going to start blasting away, is going to get 1 drone right off the bat and get on out of there. Getting real low though, gotta be careful. Does avoid the second queen, and he's going to be able to get out. Nicely done by bbreed. And now that huge deficit has doubled, so Timbo, there's no point in playing anymore. Get out of here! But actually, this gold base might give him a decent lead, because he has transferred 8 drones. It's a little more actually, 10 drones. So the income gonna shoot up for Timbo, and he's actually in a pretty good spot right now despite losing 2 drones. As long as this gold goes uncontested for a couple minutes, he'll be in a fantastic spot. We don't see any tech coming down for Timbo. He has started to mine gas once again, and I would like to see double gas right now, just because his mineral mining is going to be so high. We do see his minerals really shooting up right now, gas lingering behind. But he's going to throw down a baneling nest, and I wonder if he's going for some kind of bust. We'll have to wait and see. And Timbo flies his Overlord in, gets a scout, is going to see that it's the bbreed build. Starport going down as well. And once again, bbreed kind of slow to finish up this wall, so for any Zerg players watching, might be an opening before he finishes the wall. Just to run in with Lings, and bbreed has fallen to that in the past. Doesn't look like he is correcting that habit of his. And Timbo, he's got a buttload of Lings, but not doing anything with them. And kind of an odd production tab right now. Single drone plus 14 more Lings. Most of the time, Zerg players do one or the other. Lings, rather units or drones. And Timbo, once again, sitting on a lot of Lings and not doing anything with them. This is a major issue with his play. There's not really any reason to make this many Lings if you're not gonna be active with them. You're much better off spending your money on drones, putting down macro hatcheries. But on the bright side, he's gonna have a big army to contest with bbreed's push right now. But bbreed, that Widow Mine, oh dear. But only one Widow Mine, which did get picked off very quickly, and now Timbo's actually swarming over the Terran army, and once again, that wall, oh no, is right, bbreed. That wall, actually known as a Timbo wall. That's Timbo is the one who normally makes those, but in this situation, I think it's a Timbo wall in the sense that Timbo owns it. In fact, Timbo owns everything we see on this screen right now. Timbo is in full control. 10 SCVs have gone down. The game is not entirely over, but it's pretty safe to say that it's Timbo's game to lose from this point. And bbreed says, "Am I dead?" Timbo gearing up for a second wave, and this is going to be very fearsome. I don't know if bbreed's going to be able to hold this off. These Widow Mines are going to need the connections of a lifetime. And Timbo saying he only has one base, even though you can see he's getting his 4th already. And Timbo gearing up, positioning his banelings into the front. Gonna start moving them up, busting down the wall, even though he didn't really need to. The wall was open to begin with. Draws out some Widow Mines shots, the others go off, and now Timbo gonna swarm over the Terran, but bbreed going for a last ditch drop, which might get a lot done. There's not too many Zerg units over here. Timbo actually pulling all the way back. I don't agree with that. Just kill him. Let your reinforcements deal with it. But now all this time spent running all the way back, he's gonna lose a lot in the meantime. Luckily, Zerglings are pretty speedy. They're going to be able to defend and repel this attack. Only 3 drones lost, and I think a queen, or maybe 2. So, pretty good move by Timbo at the end of the day. I still think he should have just destroyed the Terran base. But now these 3 medevacs kind of don't know what to do with their lives, bouncing back and forth, trying to find an opening. They do drop back into the main, but the Lings are here to kill it. And bbreed's gonna GG out. Timbo's gonna take the victory. Welcome back. This is game number 2 between our green Zerg player Timbo Slice and the yellow Terran bbreed. Timbo starting things off with an early scout once again. And no SUVs moving across the map just yet for bbreed, so it looks like most likely not going to be any proxy racks shenanigans. Pretty early gas. I'm not really sure if that's normal. This drone being annoying once again. Gonna delay the barracks just a tiny little bit before he gets out of there. And Timbo gonna feel comfortable to get his natural expansion. And then gassed. And then pool. Should be seeing that thrown down momentarily. There it goes. Now bbreed going for a scout of his own. All he does is confirm the natural going down and then he goes home. Timbo looks like he wants to take a very fast third. And Reaper on the way, about halfway done. And Timbo, his pool's not even done yet. So, Queens and Ling still gonna be a little bit a ways. I say the Queen just starting now. Reaper already making its way across the map. Taking the long way around actually. Went this way. And Timbo never gets early lings. I don't know about that decision. Usually you would see Zergs get 2 to 4 Zerglings as soon as their pool finishes, but oh! Another citizen's arrest, but whoa! Wait, how did he slip out of there? What? That was some Houdini magic out of that Reaper. Wow. Give this guy a raise, give him a Medal of Honor. That was impressive. He was fully surrounded. He was down to like 2 HP and then he just vanished. Nicely done there out of bbreed. Maybe a little bit of skill, a little bit of luck. But 100% reason to remember the name. And gets a drone for his troubles. Gonna force 6 lings out of Timbo, which I don't think he really wants or needs right now. So that's already significant damage. And Timbo floating 700 minerals at this point in the game. That is not something that should be happening. But that Reaper did cause Timbo a lot of headache. He was trying to micro his units, he was trying to decide what to do, pulling out his drones out of the way, and maybe that was why it caused him to float so many minerals. We do know Timbo often does float a lot of resources, but for 4 minutes into the game, so good job by that Reaper. Harry Houdini, we shall name him. And where did he go? Did he die? Oh, he did die, Harry Houdini. Well, just like history, but his name will live on. The scouting overlord sees everything in the main base, sees the double engineering bay, I believe. Yes, he does. And nobody gets double engineering bay for building upgrades and high sec auto turrets. I think that's the upgrade name. So Timbo should know that it's 1-1. bbreed going for a tank this game, so not going to be going for his usual timing attack, and that might trick Timbo a little bit, because he has once again gotten a lot of lings and once again doing a whole lot of nothing with them. At least use them to scout, but not really too much you can do with the tank in position anyways. Creep spread only just starting up. Should have been down a little bit earlier, but as long as nothing's coming his way, I suppose it's okay. 4th base coming down. 1-1 of his own and 14 more drones, so Timbo feeling very comfortable right now, droning all the way up to 63 right now. His saturation pretty healthy on all bases, and he's getting his Hydralisk then. Baneling nest already ready, but no Baneling speed yet. Something that Timbo does forget sometimes. And yeah, he has so much money. There's no reason that should not be in production right now. So once again, forgetting Baneling's speed. He is getting his Hydralisk upgrades, however. So at least there's that. bbreed has landed his third base. Not really making any effort to defend it so far. This one Viking going Overlord hunting has gotten 2 already, so that's very annoying. And I like this Ling out of Timbo, just spawning the front of bbreed's base so he knows nothing's coming out. And that's gonna give him the freedom to drone up to 75 right now, so very healthy drone count. And 7 more on the way. So that's gonna put him to 80, which is a very respectable number. 3 more, so it's gonna be 82. 2 upgrades on the way for both players, and still no Baneling speed. That's definitely suboptimal. And this Ling spotting everything, bbreed leaving it alive. So hopefully Timbo did spot that on the mini-map. And he really should start making something with his money, because his drone count is an excellent number right now. And he's going to need units soon. He does start off 24 Zerglings, 11 Hydras. He is teching up to high. It looks like bbreed picking up and 2 medevacs, going for a bit of a drop. And that might catch Timbo unaware, as what is he doing? He's actually moving into a good spot to interrupt this drop, and uh-oh! No! Wow, 2 full medevacs, 20 supply. Wiped off the face of the map, just like that. I don't know if Timbo spotted it with something, or that was just luck. Maybe he spotted it with this Overlord, not entirely sure, but excellent pick off either way. And Timbo floating a huge amount of money. Maybe he's waiting for his lurker den to finish so he can morph some lurkers, but this might be the perfect timing for bbreed, as in fact he has the army lead right now. He is gonna find this 5th base, and he needs to go before Timbo can spend his money. Timbo, you see this huge army at your door. You still have so much money. Please spend it. He does spend it on 52 Zerglings and 23 Banelings, but come on. bbreed being a little too timid right now. He did get that 3rd, which is nice, and 8 drones, but he had an opening, I feel, but now that these units are ready, bbreed cannot stick around, but he does, and he's going to lose all his tanks, and still no Baneling speed out of Timbo, by the way. So bbreed does get picked off most of his army, but supply count still pretty even, because Timbo once again not spending his money. Does he not have enough larvae? Looks like no, as he did lose that base. And yeah, the larva is his real drawback right now. I would like to see a couple more macro hatches so he can really keep up the production. And the Baneling speed, please, Timbo! Oh my god, why? Why would you not have Baneling speed right now? How do you always forget it? That's one of the most important upgrades, especially if you're going for a Lingbane Hydra composition. You know, see Ultralisk getting thrown into the mix, 7 on the way. bbreed is gonna need to pull a rabbit out of his hat If only Houdini were still alive. And these two armies, very close to each other. And oh, this tank unsieged. You need to siege up bbreed, but Timbo doesn't really want to engage. Gonna allow bbreed to clean up that creep, and oh, the slow banes on creep. Ah! And the space cows have arrived. This is gonna be a very tall order for bbreed. Only one tank. No liberators, no ghosts. bbreed picking almost everything up into his 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 medevacs, and he is going around the edge of the map, going for a massive drop. And I think he should have just skipped this phase. There's nothing mining here. It's not that important. But he does kill it. And he's gonna pick back up. And oh, you gotta get it out of there. Oh no, the Hydras do get 2 of the medevacs. I don't think that was worth it. That base wasn't doing much anyways. And now where can he even drop safely? You gotta be careful, the Hydras! Almost getting another medevac there. bbreed not really sure what to do with those units. Needs to drop them off somewhere. And Timbo gonna go for a base of his own. Gonna get that one there. And he's gonna keep it moving. Still no Baneling speed. Oh my goodness, this is so frustrating to watch. And in fact, bbreed with the supply lead because Timbo does not know how to spend his money. But now, third goes down. Terran defensive forces are left in shambles. And Timbo doesn't want to clean it up, actually. He's going home to try to deal with this counterattack. And this game is way closer than it really should be. Timbo should have won this about 5 minutes ago. But I think he'll be winning this in the end regardless, as these Marines and medevacs have nowhere left to go. They cannot pick up, where the Hydras will shred them. Actually, all the Zerg units kind of clogging themselves up, so decent efficiency from bbreed, and Timbo still not spending his money. It's actually behind in supply right now. And why are you not, what is going on? Doesn't really have the larva? I guess he only has 9 larvae right now. Units lost, favoring the Terran, but only slightly. And I think bbreed needs to just pull everything and go. Try to take advantage of Timbo's lack of larva, lack of spending, lack of army. But it's still a very tall ask. We do see bbreed with the army supply lead, but oh, not anymore. Actually, no, still with the army supply lead. How's that possible? He does have a pretty big army here, 4 tanks. And Timbo, he's at 136 supply. But he's loading 3k resources. Oh my god. Oh my god. Throw down some more hatcheries somewhere, Timbo. Why is this game so much closer than it needs to be? Now Timbo trying to make something happen once again, and bbreed a little bit out of position. He was actually moving out, so he's gonna lose this base, which he did desperately needed very much. Actually gonna lift that off, and the Zerg army gonna engage the Terran army, gonna lose almost everything, does lose everything, and what is going on in this game? Oh my god, this base stays alive. 12 SCVs did go down, however. Now, army supplies almost dead even. Timbo still floating a lot of money. And bbreed going for the attack. This could be the perfect timing. Getting some of these Hydras right as they spawn. Gonna get this base, cut off the larva production even more. And Timbo, despite his massive bank, does not have the larva. He is making some lurkers right now though, and that's going to be very difficult to deal with. bbreed gonna find another base, gets that queen, gonna massacre these drones, and Timbo gonna run in with his lurkers, siege on top of the tanks and the remaining bio here. So he's gonna get most of those, but likewise bbreed got 26 drones over here. But now these Marines and Marauders streaming into their deaths by the lurker spines. And more bio, not sure where they're going. They're going to hell is where they're going. And now I think finally Timbo will be able to close this game out. It looked very close. And indeed, GG gets called. Timbo gonna take another map. What's up? This is the third and probably final game in this series between our green Zerg player Timbo Slice and his red Terran opponent bbreed. Timbo up 2-0 in this series so far, which is a change in pace compared to the past when bbreed has just destroyed Timbo. So maybe something clicking for him. Maybe he's learned something. I don't know what exactly. But Timbo has been in full control. Going for another scout. And going to confirm the barracks. And don't really want to fight that second SUV. He does back off. And he's going to be able to throw down that hatchery. So in the last game, Timbo, I think he had a fantastic position. He had like 80 drones. He had a massive bank, but he just wasn't really spending his army, and then he ended up losing a couple bases, so he didn't have the larva, and it got really dicey for a moment there. Ultimately, he was able to close the show with some lurkers. bbreed gonna need to do a little bit better. His normal build, his Hellbat timing did not work in the first game, and his build last game didn't work out either. He went for a longer late game tank composition. So we'll have to see what he has planned for this third game. Reaper is making its way across the map. Queen's only just starting, so we'll see if this Reaper going to be able to find any damage. We'll see if Timbo's going to be able to get that surround. He does go for it, but doesn't get it, loses one drone, and oh, actually he does get it. What? How? How did he do that? So one drone for one Reaper. Definitely favoring the Zerg right now. And fast Baneling nest. Keeping in the gas. So I think we're gonna see some kind of Ling Bane flood. Maybe taking advantage of bbreed's lack of a wall at the front of his base, as we see here. And Timbo sees it as well. So 18 more Lings in production. What does bbreed have? He has 2 Hellions. This one Widowmine is gonna have its work cut out for him. Gonna have its work cut out for it, rather. I don't think Widowmines have a gender. And even if they did, I wouldn't want to assume their gender. Now these Lings are making their way across the map. And we have even more on the way as well. Now is he gonna morph Banelings? Yes, he is. 10 Banelings coming up. And this one Ling gonna poke in. And he's gonna need to set off this Widowmine, or at least try not to lose too much to it. And oh! Okay, does set it off. Nicely done. Only 5 Lings down. And now the Bane Bust is commencing. All the Lings kind of clogging up everything right now. These 2 Marauders trying to draw the fire of the Banelings. Timbo doesn't really take the bait, but then the Banelings crashing into a whole lot of nothing, actually. So only 3 SCVs went down in all of that. But more Lings on the way, and they're going to get some more SCVs. 9 total have gone down, so that's an okay start for Timbo. He definitely would have liked to do more, and I don't know what happened there. Did the Banelings crash into the command center, or I'm not really sure what happened. But definitely a bit of an error there. And Timbo with more Lings on the way, so he wants to keep this up, but he's working on the rocks instead. Yeah, that's not really the best thing to do right now. Giving your opponent time to build up his wall, build up more units, and the window to do damage is quickly closing, so now I don't think these Lings can get anything done. And especially not now with the wall finishing up. So these Zerglings kind of dead weight right now, 41 of them. But 33 drones to 25 SCVs, so that's a lead. Not a humongous lead, but it's something. This is something I've been seeing out of bbreed, the outward depot. don't know how I feel about that. On the one hand, it kind of gives you a little bit of heads up, but on the other hand, it's very easy to lose it. And Timbo, he's making a lot more drones, and 10 banelings here in the front. I don't know about that. I don't think they'll be doing too much if he goes for any kind of attack. And in fact, bbreed gonna move out, get some of the Zerg units for free. And Timbo looked like he thought about engaging this for a second there, but pulls back. And did Timbo drone up too hard? He's at 51 right now, but the Terran is moving out 71 army to 38. This could be, once again, excellent timing for bbreed. Can Timbo muster up enough forces to defend this? Right now we do see a massive army lead for bbreed. He's gonna burrow his Widow Mines all together and allow them all to get blown up by the banelings. So bit of an error once again. Leading with the Marauders, I like that. They're gonna be able to soak up baneling hits, but nice micro likewise out of Timbo. Does not allow his Banes to waste themselves on the Marauders, but it doesn't matter. GG gets called, and bbreed gonna take the third game.